there.
Hello.
So,
Howdy.
I have to say, first off, well, here I am. What are your other two wishes?
That was pretty
Yeah.
cute. That was
I-
pretty cute.
Here I
That was
am.
pretty
What are
cute.
your other two wishes?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Echo.
Somebody's playing.
Sorry, I thought I was trying to do something on my computer. I guess it's not going to work.
Okay, that's cool.
No problem.
No probs, babe. Oh gosh. So I know that we're all in like good relationships and stuff, but when was the last time you had somebody try to pick you up?
Oh God. It's been a little bit. It has been a little bit for me, but
outside of Jason, it's been a long time, but this
Yeah.
past Friday, he definitely put the moves on me.
Cool.
Say again? I'm sorry. I missed all that.
When was the last time somebody tried to pick you up?
Oh, God. It hasn't happened in years. JD didn't even try to pick me up. That was that was just we started hanging out. I don't get picked up like ever. Never did.
Do you remember what they said? What the last person said that tried to pick you up?
No, it doesn't happen.
Oh, geez. Oh, actually, no. I did get picked up. It was a few months ago. I was actually on my way home from band. And the way I come home, I go right by George Mason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at the light. And I'm just sitting there listening to music, just doing my thing. And this car pulls up to turn. So I'm in the far left lane, and then there's the turns to go left.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls up, and then he pulls back. And he like, the window down, and he like motions me to put my window down. And I'm like, and he was just trying to hit on me. He's like, "Hey, I haven't seen you around." And I was like,
Oh gosh.
oh wow.
"Fuck."
I'm serious. Like, never happens. Wayne's in the chat. You can ask him. I don't get hit on. Like, it doesn't. Never. It doesn't happen to me. Not really ever.
Yeah, hair color. Actually, when I used to have my hair red, I got a little bit more hit on, and I get the hey, that like kind of look and that hey, and it's like no.
Yeah.
I used to get that with the because of the boobs.
Yeah, I get I usually would get like the guys that would stare and look and but like overt hit on I haven't gotten in a long time. I think it's just because I'm old. I'm ugly.
You're not ugly.
No,
stop.
Actually, I'm being silly. I'm not old, and I know I'm not ugly. But oh my God, I used to get like the worst creepers before I met Nick. You guys want to hear a crazy ass story?
Yes.
Oh my God. So I actually met Nick online through this is dial-up days, IMs, chat rooms, instant messenger. That we're going back in time. And exactly. So I was on like a chat room thing. It was basically people like singles. It was just like it was like early version of like online dating, pretty much.
Sex, age, location.
Yeah, ASL, A/S. Yeah, exactly. And I was on there, and I didn't post photos because I was smart enough to know not to do that. And this guy messages me, but I did have like in my bio that I was trying to get into vet school. I loved animals, yada yada. And this guy messages me, and he sends me a picture of himself with his golden retriever, and he is smoking. Like the guy was hot as hell. The dog was fucking adorable. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm like, open up the little email he sends me. Yeah, he and his dog were looking for a third.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh, no. Ew.
Oh.
That's fucking gross, dude. No.
Yep, he and his male dog needed a third.
Oh,
I-
wow.
No way.
I
Fuck no.
I had to read the thing like 3 times. Like, am I reading this right? I give props to the guy for let his freak flag fly right off the bat. Like,
Mhm.
there was no trying to trick me and then like pull some shit. It was, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for.
Right.
That's
That's
not a
awful.
freak flag. That's just
That's
No.
that's,
Fidelity.
that's a mess. That's a
That's
mess. Is what that is.
nutty.
That's
Yeah, I was just
Horrible.
kind of like,
This is ridiculous.
I couldn't delete that fast enough. I could.
Mm-mm.
I bet.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
No, I don't even get like private messages like Facebook, Instagram stuff or any of that. I never have. I can't remember a time I even got like a freaky nothing. Like I can't
No?
no, I'm having a really hard time
I've
remembering.
gotten random like Facebook messages from guys, but I always
Oh.
ignore
Yes.
them because I'm like, whatever.
I don't get no.
But most
I
of them are scammers trying to like get money out of people. So you know, like
Right.
lonely, get money out of lonely women. So it's like whatever.
No, I don't. I don't have
Well,
that
then,
experience in my
actually-
repertoire. I can't honestly say I've never been picked up in a bar. I've never. I don't remember. That doesn't. No, I don't think. Not
It's
that I can recall. No.
It's probably because you exude so much confidence. Guys do
Ew,
not
no, I
like to
don't.
approach. Yes, you do. Guys
I
do
am
not like
timid-
to
no,
approach
wait.
women that seem confident.
I'm a timid. No, I'm.
No,
not.
you're not.
Mm,
No,
yeah.
you're not.
No,
When
No,
I'm
you're
by
not.
especially
Nope.
if I'm by myself, if I'm in a bar alone, I'm not. I don't talk to anybody. I just sit there and drink. I don't even like.
That
There's no confidence in that situation. No. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm the least confident person that I know, to be honest. And that's like I've always felt like maybe that was why. Like I just looked like the leave that girl alone. She's got problems. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like leave the little sad girl in the corner alone. We don't need to bother her. Like,
oh my gosh.
Whereas I get like the weird freaks.
Mm-mm.
Like I remember when I turned 21, my friends took me out for my first legal drinking experience. So we went to the bar we always went to. 'Cause they didn't card. And this man, I swear to God, this was a college bar. This is where like all the kids, like the college kids hung out. And this 50-year-old freak comes up to me and starts hitting on me. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like my friends, we all had a SOS sign for each other. You know, if we were separated at a bar and somebody started getting kind of sketch, we had a hand signal that was subtle that we would get, but it would get our attention. I had to throw that. I was like, for them to come like rescue me because he had kind of like backed me into a corner. I was like, oh, dude, get the hell away from me, because he smelled so bad. I'm like backing up, like get the hell away from me.
Oh god.
Ugh.
That's
Now I get a lot of guys that will check me out, and I'll admit it. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I know you're checking me out, but Jason finds it funny. He's like, I realized that guy was just checking you out, and I'm like, yeah, so.
Yeah, they can look. They can't touch, but they can look. Who cares?
I agree.
He just finds it funny. He likes to always point it out, and he's the one who gets hit on all the time in front of me.
It's happened with me and Nick too. When we were first dating, he's driving my car, and we go to Hardee's of all places just to grab something to eat. And this is in the middle of Nowheresville, Virginia, because I was in vet school. So we're in some small town outside of Blacksburg. Like I don't even know where we were. And we pull up to the window, and this meth head cashier pretty much throws herself out the window trying to crawl in his lap.
Oh
like,
jeez.
Where are you and your sister going? And I'm like, and he's like, that's my girlfriend. She's like, oh honey, and she's just literally like throwing, and I'm sitting right there, and I'm just looking at her. I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, huh, get back up and just give us our shakes, please.
I do.
I don't know if I'd want your shake. I don't know if I'd want a shake if she was the one making it.
No, thankfully she was just the, hand the food out person, but it was like, oh my God, it was so blatant. And I'm like, I'm sitting right here. Hello. Oh, it was
Oh, no.
hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
Jason has, we will be out to dinner somewhere, and, the waitress will leave her number.
Yep.
Leave her number on the receipt. There was one time we went out to get dinner, and my dad was with us because, we were going out just to have, a nice dinner, just the family, and we're sitting at the bar waiting for a table, and Jason's drinking a beer, and this woman, probably trying to be a cougar, walks up to him and starts flirting with him, and she wants to know who we are, and he's like, that's my girlfriend and that's her dad, and she kept flirting with him. And
Oh my gosh.
And my dad turns and looks at me. He's like, you know what's going on? And I was like, oh yeah, it happens all the time. He's like, it does? I was like, oh yeah. Go get the hint.
Oh my gosh. So I'm actually surprised that none of us have heard this one line. So I have to back up for a minute. I was at work and I was thinking about the topic for tonight, and I was like, all right, pickup lines and stuff like that. Well, one of the guys I work with is single, and I said, so I'm going to ask you a strange question. What pickup lines do you use or have you used in the past? And he looked at me and he said, I honestly don't know. He said, I have no idea. He said, Google it. So I decided to Google. The first thing that came up is 40 best pickup lines ever.
Oh, God.
That's where that first one, well, here I am. What are your other two wishes? That's the very first one on there. I was like, this is going to be beautiful. One of the ones on there is, if you were a transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine.
Oh my God.
I'm like, of course you like that, Russ.
Oh. Yes, that line will not get a single woman moist. Guaranteed.
No, not at all. They won't get moist at all.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Russ, you knew it was coming, baby. Come on now.
It's even better when you're sitting next to me, darling. Oh, God. Yeah, and I mean, some of the ones on here are just downright stupid. I must be a snowflake because I've fallen for you.
Oh,
I'm like,
oh my God.
Really? You know what I mean? Or
I think the reason Nick actually had a chance with me is he didn't use any cheesy pickup lines.
I love those.
some of them are cool, but
it's not cheesy.
What's that?
So we have a friend. It's Jason's younger brother's best friend. They've known each other for probably since elementary school, and he's kind of a big guy. And his name's Michael, but he goes by Chunky.
Mm-hmm.
So he would go up to girls in bars and be like, "So how do you take your peanut butter? Smooth or chunky?" Lucky using that pickup line.
Oh my gosh.
God.
I mean,
That's actually pretty funny.
He's so confident using it.
well, I mean,
That's
that's part of
hilarious.
what makes cheesy pickup lines work is,
Yeah, but
being the confidence that is sometimes used to say them,
But what would you think if a guy walked up to you in a bar and said, "Hey, my name's Microsoft. Can I crash at your place tonight?"
Oh.
I'd probably just laugh and walk away.
I mean,
I put my hand over my drink and walk away.
yeah, definitely.
Hand
I would
over your
definitely
drink.
guard my drink.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just laugh and be like,
That's a
My girlfriends and I used to go back and forth with cheesy pickup lines, what would be where do we go with this? What's the cheesiest ones you heard back whenever I was 19 and young, and we all still hung out at 24-hour diners instead of bars. We'd all sit around and toss them back and forth at each other.
Right.
And I just thought they were always really funny, but no one ever tried to use any on me, so I don't have any fun stories to tell about that kind of thing.
Well, Chan, Chan, my love for you is like diarrhea. I just can't hold it in.
Thanks, hot stuff.
I always used to when I was single, I would always get the hey baby, you
Mhm.
know, or
Yeah.
you know, like I remember one time I was walking. I went to college in the middle of Buffalo, New York,
Okay.
and so fairly, it's an urban setting, so the main campus, and then there'd be a couple blocks, and then there'd be another building. It's a little spread out. So the building where I took most of my classes was like the 3 blocks off the main. So I'm walking back one morning after my job because I work study, and it's like Sunday morning. I had to do some stuff. Hey, how are ya? And I still remember walking, and there's nobody on the street. It's completely deserted. I'm walking back after doing like my research stuff, and this guy pulls up next to me in his car, which, come to think of it, kind of looked like Nick's first car he had when we met, which was like this god awful boat of a gas guzzler Pontiac Brougham something. I don't know. It was big green ugly thing. And he pretty much like hangs out the window as he's driving. Can I talk to you? Hey, you got a boyfriend? I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to get back to my dorm. Leave me the hell alone.
All I could think about when you said that was TLC's No Scrubs.
Yeah, and actually, I think this was around the time that song came out, and I think I probably thought that because the guy was just like he's driving a car older than I was, trying to get me, like, my attention, and he was old enough to be my dad.
Oh,
Oh wow.
That's the thing, because like obviously the car didn't bother me because I met and eventually married Nick, so the same damn type of car. So the car didn't bother me, but the fact that he was old enough to be my dad, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. That was always my problem. Like when I was younger, like older guys would hit on me. Like I was underage, and I had adult men hitting on me, and it was always fun if they were really creeping me out. I'd be like, dude, you know how old I am? And they're like, oh, you're probably 18, 19. I'm like, I'm 14. Whew.
Yep.
You want to see color leach out of a man's face that really fast?
No, I never had none of this happen in my life. I ran cash registers at 24-hour fucking convenience stores. I was a waitress at a 24-hour diner, Eaton Park. Like drunks would come in, and I got good tips, but nobody ever like grabbed my ass or tried to pick me up or nothing happened. Like I don't remember. I remember the guys they were putting a Hooters down in York, and the guys who were like opening the place, they were the managers, left their cards when they left.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, if you want a real job, contact us. And I looked at them like, yeah, whatever. And I walked away. And that was like the closest thing I can say to being picked up. Like,
and if you want, I'll grab your ass next time I see you.
I've grabbed a lot of girls' asses in my life because they were good friends of mine, and we were just fucking around, cooking dinner, and like my friend Jeanette, she'll tell you, like, I've goosed her. It's happened. I'm not afraid of that kind of shit either. Women haven't even hit on me. Like it's just not a thing. Like that's not something that's in my.
I've never been hit on by a woman. I have, at all. I've been hit on by men, but I mean, I work in the automotive industry, so I'm female, and they think that it's fair game. They don't care,
I was a secretary at a fucking auto parts, or not an auto parts, at a garage where they did. They reconstructed cars, like beautiful vehicles,
and nobody hit on you there.
No. I sold papers. I was a single woman at a car dealership, a Honda dealership. Nobody hit on me there either.
Wow.
Are you sure you just were? Yeah, I don't think you noticed.
Yeah, no. You probably just blew it off like, yeah, whatever. They're just saying.
I'm
whatever.
telling you, it did not happen. I'm not making it up. Like it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
So
I've had girlfriends not believe me, and we've gone out places and nothing, absolutely nothing.
So I've had a lot of experiences.
None.
So, I was at Disney with my parents. I had just gotten engaged to my husband, and Tigger tried to pick me up. not. He wanted to meet that night after work.
Nice.
It was Tigger. Come
It
on.
was Tigger.
T-I double gut er.
He had double gut er.
He wanted you to bounce on his dick.
There you go. He didn't want to do the bouncing. He wanted somebody to bounce for
That's
him.
right.
Oh god.
So,
That's awesome.
I had-
See, Eric, I'm glad I'm not the only one. You understand, man.
So,
Oh,
I
shit.
also had this guy from Vietnam
Mhm.
who, while I was his aide for the night, thought that I was there to pleasure him instead of,
Ooh.
and he got very upset when I wouldn't. And his family thought that, thought they were embarrassed because he was insistent that I was going to bed with him. And I
Oh
said,
my God.
no. And I was like 19.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Eric's friends, the first night they met me, the one guy looked at me and goes, dude, she's got a nice rack.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Oh Lord.
Let's see what else. Oh, I was at Giant, the grocery store,
Mm-hmm.
and I was picking up our groceries. It was in the middle of the night because I was working like odd hours or something. And I'm in there, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, would you like a friend? And I'm like, nah, I think I'm good. I see, I'm married. I'm married. He goes, yeah, but wouldn't you like a friend, just a friend on the side?
Oh my god.
Yeah. No.
I
not
had
happening.
an old man once hit on me.
And
I
I've
finally
never had that
to,
happen.
like,
Grocery store stuff?
get away
No way.
from
Come
him.
on.
And I had to get the manager to help me out of the store because he was stalking me.
Oh
Wow.
god. Oh. That actually reminds me of my grocery store story. This was before I met Nick, and I'm doing the online, meet people thing. And this guy, and I start talking, and he seems really nice, and we agree to meet for dinner at a local restaurant. Now, to get to the restaurant, it was like in a little mall that had like a grocery store pharmacy thing attached to it.
Mhm.
Easiest way to get to the restaurant was to just cut through that shop. So I cut through the shop, and my pharmacy was actually there. So I was like, cool, two birds, one stone. Grab my script, meet up with my date. Walk towards the pharmacy, see my date, because he had sent me a photo. We had sent each other photos. Perusing the condoms.
Wow.
We had never met in person before. And I'm just like,
That's probably presumptuous.
so I just keep walking. We had dinner. And then after dinner, I said, have a great night, walked away, never emailed him again.
Yep.
I was like, you gotta be shitting me.
Heck yeah.
Oh, my
There was
God.
actually I have a pharmacy story too. I was at CVS picking up one of my I can't remember what it was, but I come out of the pharmacy and I'm at my car. I've got my keys and everything, and this old black man like comes up to me and wants to know if I'm in a relationship. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be getting married soon. He's like, well, like, how soon? And I was like soon. Like it's coming up. And he was like, he's like, I don't understand why all the pretty ones are always taken. I was like,
Wow.
I'm leaving. I mean, he gave off the creep vibes. I mean, my creep radar, I was like, nope, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, he's one that would take you to his car and we'd never see you again.
Yeah, that's actually, I told Jason that, and he was like, he's like, that could have happened. I was like, I was right at my car. I literally was at like the handle to open it. And I was like, I'm leaving. I'm getting in my car. I'm going home to my fiance. Bye.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think one of the creepiest times for me was when I was young, and that's why it was creepy.
Mhm.
My first step sibling, so my first stepmother's daughter, was getting married. I'm on my second stepmother, who I absolutely adore. We get along like peanut butter and jelly, not the chunky kind. We're really close. But my first stepmother and I, we got along really well, and her daughter was getting married because she was quite a bit older than I was, and so I'm 12, 13,
Oh, wow.
somewhere in that realm. But I didn't have a lot of say over like my hair, so my hair was styled a little bit older than it should have been. Like I looked older, plus I had big boobs, so I looked older. I think I never got carded. I always looked older than I finally looked my age, but then I'd pass for late teens, early 20s. So we're leaving the wedding. I'm with my dad and my stepmom, and this drunk asshole comes up to me, slings his arm around my shoulder, and starts like talking really suggestively to me and trying to hit on me. And I'm looking at my dad like, "Help me!" I'm like,
I'm dead. Coolest.
I had no idea what to do. I was way too young. I had really no concept of how to handle a drunk man hitting on me. Finally got him to back the hell off. And I just looked at my dad. I was like, "Dad." He's like, "Well, you need to learn how to handle guys like that." I'm like,
You're like,
you could have helped me on that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
I had no idea what to do. That's the thing. Like, I had no clue. A little bit of guidance would have been helpful, but like to this day, I still remember him slinging that arm around my shoulder and like the stink on his breath. And
Oh, I guarantee if he'd try to grab your ass or something, your dad probably would have put him on the ground.
oh, I'm sure he would have. I'm sure if he had actually tried more than just slinging his arm around my shoulder. But I think my dad was right there. Like, I think he, in hindsight, it was a good lesson because I knew he was right there. He wouldn't let anything bad happen to me, but I did learn how to handle the situation. At the time, though, I was kind of like, "Dad!" But no.
I went to a wedding. I used to babysit for this couple, and they actually were good friends of my mom's too. Well, when they got married, we went to their wedding, and we're sitting at their reception, and the guy's best man came over and asked me to dance. So I started dancing. Now, I'm 14 years old. He had no idea. He thought I was much older. We're dancing, and he says, "So how do you know Mary?" I said, "I'm her daughter." And he goes, her daughter? And I went, "Yeah." He goes, so how do you know Sherry? I said, "Oh, I babysit for them on the weekends." And then he goes, "How old are you?" And I went, "Oh, I'm 14. He goes, "Oh shit." I said, "Don't worry, Mom won't charge you with statutory rape just dancing with me. It's all good."
Did the color leach out of his face? It's always
It
happened.
did. I have never seen anyone turn that white and red all at the same time. It was beautiful.
Oh my god, it worked. It's amazing. It's just like it's like the white, the color goes whoop, and then the red comes up, and it's like
Exactly.
Yeah,
It is so funny.
It really is, and oh my god, it works so well to get like guys leave me alone. At that point where like the boobs popped up, and I was skinnier, and these asshole old men would hit on me. It's like, dude, I'm not legal.
Yep.
Go away.
Yeah, I don't have these experiences. I was even a bartender and waited on old dudes, and no.
Really?
Yeah, like, well, and the other part of it was like one of the older guys was like an older family friend, and anytime somebody would like order a beer for me, he would look at him and be like, she's got young children, you better give her a lot of money for that, like give her a big tip. He'd harass them to give me bigger tips, but nobody would ever say anything cross
he was right
or
there.
weird. Well, he would leave halfway through the night, and then this other older guy would come in, and he would hang out in the bar with me while I closed up. Never hit on me, just talked to me. I knew he was a widower. I knew his deceased wife. She was a friend of my family's, and he would just hang out in the bar until I had to leave.
You were protected.
I was never like it wasn't, but I was never like I was hit on or treated
That's not a bad idea.
poorly. Like I don't know, like I never was in that situation.
I guarantee you though, you got the looks. You
I-
probably
that-
had guys. You had guys that did the up down.
I had a girlfriend say the same thing to me years ago, and she was like, "I'll guarantee you, we'll even take a run to Walmart, and I will catch so many men checking you out." And I'm like, "You won't, because it doesn't happen." And she's like, "Oh, come on." We walked through Walmart, not one. We left. She was like, "I don't understand." She's like, "If I was a dude, I'd check you out." And I'm like, "I appreciate that." That's not how things work. You know what I mean? And because I was like, I was a single mom. I didn't go out on dates and stuff like that. And she was like, "Why? I don't understand." I'm like, "I don't have that thing happening." So
I have this one guy that I work with. I've known him since we were about 17. And he tries so hard. I have to give him props. He will stare at my breasts and then stare at my eyes. It's like
I wonder.
he doesn't get sick.
I wonder if he has to. He probably has Dramamine before he sees you.
He has to. Like, I'm like, oh gosh. I'm like, choose one. I don't care.
I always have to laugh because, like, I wear scrubs, which are not flattering. They're not. I mean,
it depends on the scrubs. Now there are some really cute ones,
but unless you get like the expensive tailored kind of,
I do the expensive tailored ones because they're more comfortable.
Yeah, whereas I go for the, mine are kind of tailored, and a lot of them have like the tie backs where you can like tailor it a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, scrubs don't tend to be form flattering. I mean, they're just there. They're comfortable as hell.
Oh
great.
my gosh, Nick!
Oh God, what?
I like my women like I like my coffee. Pale and goes down easy.
Wow, way to go, Nick! Oh my god!
I'm not doing that thing ever again. Not doing that.
Oh shit!
Oh, did you read Jason's?
Oh God.
He's a motherfucking star boy.
oh boy.
Your legs are like an Oreo.
Oh my God.
All the good stuff in the middle. Jesus Christ!
There's some good ones floating through the chat. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God. Well, actually, did you guys see
Oh
what
my
Nick posted?
gosh, Jason! Gosh.
Oh my God.
That's just. Yep. Yep.
I can see Jason saying this.
So can I.
I can see you saying that too.
Eric, I like that one. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
Did you guys see
It's so
earlier in the
dirty,
chat
but
what Nick
hot at
said
the
about
same
his
time.
great uncle?
No.
Yeah, I did read that.
That is a true story. First time I met Nick's great uncle, he hit on me.
Yep.
And he tried to give me tongue.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, thankfully
terrible.
Nick would warn me that the man's a total horn dog and would try to do that, so I was able to like dodge it. But oh my God,
That sounds like
Yeah.
creepy.
My uncle, the one time, this is actually completely creepy, but I came home from church and I was dressed up for church. I was just wearing a black dress. He looks up at me and goes, "How much?" And I'm like, I was appalled. I was so appalled.
Oh my gosh.
oh my God.
That's awful.
I was so top heavy when I was younger. It was really gross. Like I looked like a toothpick with balloons attached to me. And I remember being like 15, 16 years old, and my aunt was drunk at Christmas because her and my uncle were in the process of a divorce and she was going through a rough time. So her and my cousin went with us to like a holiday dinner thing. And my dad's mom was there, my grandma Cooper, and we were getting ready to leave. And my mom always bought me these really stupid fucking dresses that I hated. They were like, you remember the 90s where they had like the see-through sleeves and they were like cinched at the waist and buttoned down and whatever. Like they were fucking like,
and your boobs don't want to stay in the buttons. And
no,
Yeah.
they're like not quite knee length, not quite thigh length, but at that awkward, you don't want to bend over length kind of thing. You know, and you're like 15 to 16 years old. You're not quite used to everything that's going on. So, and I got up and I walked over and I was standing by my aunt, who was probably one of my favorite relatives at that point in time. And she turns and she looks up at me, and then she looks at my cousin Andrea and taps her on the shoulder. And she said, "Hey, Andrea, why didn't you give me a set of those for Christmas?"
Oh my God.
My grandmother, who had been drinking bourbon off and on all day, was taking a sip of her bourbon and about threw it out of her mouth and fly out her nose all at the same time, like takes a tissue. And I must have turned like all different shades of red, wearing a white dress at Christmas, and like walked away. And from that point on, it was like big oversized sweatshirts, and, like,
Aww.
hiding whatever was going on.
Aw.
Yeah, they used to make fun of me really bad when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, my mom's family, it was really kind of fucking ridiculous. They'd get drunk and like say really odd comments about the way I was built and shit. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man, I'm a child. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But I never had like male relatives say anything. Like never. That's no. Nope.
No, I never had that problem. Even on like my dad's side when we get together, because like that side's not like my mom's side. We're all like real close. Like we talk all the time, yada yada. My dad's side we're all a lot more scattered. But even then, when I'd see, nobody ever said anything stupid like that. Thank God. Except for the only comments I ever got were, I need to put a girdle on. No, I actually I was not allowed to leave the house from the time I was 12 until I actually moved out unless I was wearing a girdle. Because
wow.
Yeah. But that was my mother doing that. She was like, you have to wear girdles. You know, you're too fat not to. You always have to have a girdle to walk out the door.
horrible.
Yeah, well, there's a reason she and I don't talk anymore. But only comments I ever got from like relatives were weight comments, like or like about me talking too much. Like I still remember stuff both my parents said, and like my dad and I get along great, but he stuck his foot in his mouth a couple times, but thankfully nothing like creepy. It was just comments about my weight, and it's like that's not helpful.
A lot of comments from a lot of people about having big breasts, because at age 15, well, not even 15, I was 12, 13, 14, at that point I had D, triple D, F,
Damn.
but my family's like that. My grandmother, to sit on her lap, she had to move her titties.
Wow.
I remember
That's it. My grandma was like that too. We called her torpedo tits.
I remember the first time I met Jason's grandfather. I was over at their house, and his grandfather was on the downward slope, and he walks out of his room wearing nothing but these purple silk boxers, and of course Steve was like, "Grandpa, you need to put pants on," and he was like, "Why? Don't I look sexy in my boxers, my silk boxers?" And he looks at me, he's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, looks good. I was like, first time eating, it was just like, looks good.
Yeah, right.
Like the little bit of his grandfather that I got to meet was actually was a really sweet guy. Just unfortunately, he passed away a few weeks after Jason and I started dating.
Aw. Hey, my aunt, my youngest aunt, sent my husband the year we got married, sent him for Christmas a pair of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer boxer shorts. I didn't know what to think of it. I mean, she is everybody's favorite aunt, so I was like, okay, that's cool. But she, it kind of fit her personality. But I think Russ even was like, why is she sending me boxer shorts? Okay, that's interesting. All right, but he wore the shit out of those things. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, ladies, I feel kind of like a fish out of water here.
Well, Jason says there are plenty of fish in the sea, but you're the only one I'd like to catch in my
Oh, cool.
back in my place.
I have one for you, Bethany. Okay, let me find it in here again. Is this the Hogwarts Express? Because it feels like you and I are headed towards somewhere magical.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, but somebody better call God because he's missing an angel.
Oh.
That's one of those really lovely lame ones. Or aside from being sexy, what do you do for a living?
You're so hot, even my zipper is falling for you.
Oh my god.
Feel my shirt. You know what it's made of? Boyfriend material.
Oh my god.
I had a good guy friend when I was younger who used to love that one. And want to go back to my place for a pizza and a fuck? What? You don't like pizza? That was the other one.
Look how blonde I was. And busty.
You were. Yep.
Oh wow.
I was actually trying to find one. You were saying about the silk boxers.
Mm-hmm.
My dad dressed up as a harem girl in my mom's nightgown. I was actually trying to find that picture. It was hysterical.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to try to find that real quick.
Go ahead.
One of my husband's favorites is, oh, that shirt is very becoming on you. And if I be on you, I'd be coming too.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I so love it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Can I follow you? Can I follow you where you're going right now? Because my parents always told me to follow my dreams.
Oh my god.
Womp womp.
I often wonder. I'm looking at this list and I'm going, who the hell thinks of these? Who actually uses these? And I have a feeling that we all know people that use them.
Honestly, the most successful pickup lines of me were always, "Hi, my name is," like just introducing themselves. It's like, "Oh, okay, hi." That got me the date with the actor, the date with Red Suit Boy.
Cool.
Yeah, I was at a college bar. This was college, so I was at this bar where it wasn't just a college bar. It was actually like just a bar, and I was there with my friends, and it was like the tall girl group. I was my best friend at the time. She's like 5'11". I'm 6'1". So we're out with some other friends, and she has amazing legs, but no tits, like nada. My legs actually aren't bad. I did marching band. I actually had pretty good legs, but hers were better. But I got boobs for days. Weeks actually. So it was always funny at bars because you could tell who were leg men and who were boob men. And we start getting eyed by this couple of guys that were actually part of a theater show because Buffalo actually has a pretty good art scene, like theater scene. So she ended up getting a date with the leg guy, and I got a date with the boob guy.
Nice.
So I've got a funny story that's just happened the other night. Jason and I were, just in bed watching a movie, and he's kind of sitting there. He's like, "I'm still kind of hungry." I was like, "Okay," and then go get something to eat. He's like, "I think I'm craving something sweet." And I was like, "Okay, then what do you want? Just go get it." And he's like, I think 2 scoops. I'm like, 2 scoops of what? He's like, 2 scoops of dead ass.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
That's pretty cute.
That is a good one. So, Nick, I agree with you. That is the oldest one in the book. Those jeans look amazing on you, and they'd look better on my floor. That one is awesome. That's an oldie but goodie. I like it a lot.
That is an oldie. Oh my god.
Yeah. But I mean, every woman has that favorite pair of jeans.
Yeah,
That pair of jeans that makes their ass just look like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for
Yeah.
mine has the chub rub rips, so I have to be careful when I wear those.
That's when you just take a pair of old jeans and you put a patch in it. That way it can expand. I do it with Russ's all the time,
Yeah.
and you can't see it. So
Oh, and Jason says it worked, didn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
it did. He did. Yes, he did get lucky that night.
Damn.
I mean, I'm sorry. Just
Nick's coming up with some oldies. Golly, you must be exhausted because you're running through my mind all day. Goodness gracious, what are you from? Like 1970? Come on, man. Pull out the zoot suit. Shit.
don't tempt me. You might have one. I mean,
might.
it's Nick.
Fashion show.
Nick does look good in a suit, but zoot suit, hell no.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Would you let him out of the house in that?
In a zoot suit, not a chance
Yes.
in hell. No.
Okay, you guys have to solve I need a consensus on this. Socks and sandals, yay or nay?
Hey.
Thank you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, thank you.
I can't believe that's a question.
Hey,
Even if
Russ-
it's very moist
Russ
feet,
keeps
if you do
trying-
that.
Russ keeps
Except for-
trying to fucking roll out of this house with freaking house shoes and socks and shorts, and I'm like, you leave this house in those, I
Wait a
will
minute,
file
wait a
for
minute.
divorce.
What are we calling house shoes? What are house
The
shoes?
slip-on sandals.
No, God,
Like
no.
the
That's how you end
Adidas?
up with like
Yes, like the
fungus.
Adidas ones. Yes.
That's how
JD
you
does
end
it
up
all the
with
time.
moist
I don't
toes
care.
and fungus.
But JD
Okay.
doesn't wear like white socks. He wears like little ankle, little.
No.
They look cute. They're cute socks. He
Does
wears.
Russ have like the
Russ puts
the
on.
tall old man socks?
Yes, it's
No,
awful.
no, no, no,
He
no
looks-
old man socks. No
he-
old
he-
man socks.
you
No
know,
old man
it's-
socks.
It's bad enough he has old man eyebrows, okay, that I have to trim because otherwise they do the grandpa, stick out all over the damn place thing. But
I know that.
when he tries to roll out of this house with sandals and socks on, I tell him all the time, you will be divorced by the end of the day if you do
Except
that.
for, do you know what's weird? One of the one thing that is kind of fashionable right now for like, I would say those late teens, early 20s is wearing socks and Birkenstocks.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. That went on
so
for a
Russ
while.
gets waist expanders in his jeans and wears tube socks with sandals. And yes, he says it goes with his fedora. I say nay.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Oh, okay. You guys, Jason. Oh my god. Do you guys see Jason's contribution to the pickup line list? I
Which
may,
one?
have,
The
I
box
may have
one?
not gotten
Yeah.
your virginity, but can I at least have the box it came in?
Oh wow!
That's rough.
That's
Oh,
oh
Wow.
Jesus! Yeah.
most
The-
of these are guaranteed to never get a woman moist.
No, never. Oh God! Not
Oh.
even close.
Oh Lord.
I will make her eyes moist as she's.
Oh shit!
God.
Laughing all the way out the damn door. Bye.
Oh my god. I mean, that's that's just hilarious. Oh, I mean, I love these. These are great, but they
They
never
are.
work. But they're hilarious to listen to.
No, but I mean, maybe that's the point of the corny pickup lines, though, is that they're so fucking corny and so funny that you go, yeah, that's really funny. He goes, yeah, it is, isn't it? See, I'm just trying to make you laugh. I like to see you laugh, or I like to hear you laugh. That would be,
That would
That-
work.
yeah.
See, I never got I either got hit on with "Hi, how are you? My name is."
Hmm.
Okay, that had a shot of working. Anytime it was like a cheesy line, it was said seriously. It wasn't like an attempt at humor
Right.
where it was like, "Hey, yeah, that's a shitty line, but I'm just trying to like make you laugh and break the ice."
But
Yeah.
did you laugh anyway?
Oh yeah, and then I walk away because it was like, no.
Yeah. It's like
they were said seriously. They weren't trying to be funny. It was like,
you were laughing. You weren't laughing with them. You were laughing at them for being so
Exactly.
stupid.
yep,
And you just were like, peace.
yep.
I was at a bar with Russ one time, and he went to the bathroom, and this guy comes walking over and sits down at the table, and he looks at me and he says, "You have the most beautiful eyes." I said, "I also have a husband that'll kick your ass." And he goes, "Maybe he'll join us." I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
Oh my god.
I was like, no, you need to go away.
Oh my god.
I remember
Well, not as bad
Been
as
in the
the
wrong
guy though.
places. I don't understand this. Like, that's pretty presumptuous of someone. I feel.
I remember one time it was when Jason was driving his Mazda, and I think it was around the time of Rolling Thunder. So of course around here there are bikes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at a stoplight, and this bike rolls up next to us. And of course, it's nice outside, so we have the windows down. We're listening to music, and Jason looks over at the guy and says, "Nice ride." And of course, it's this kind of burly biker guy with his woman, right behind him. And he looks at him. He looks at me. He's like, "You got a nice ride too." Not talking about the car.
Damn.
And Jason was like, "Yep, I know."
Pretty funny.
Damn.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
don't. This is all very interesting to me. I'm kind of trying to soak this in because I don't have these experiences.
All right, come on, JD. You need to start on these pickup lines with Chan. Come on now. You got to start.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to start, schmoozing
Because
Chan.
heaven is a long way from here.
Ooh. Oh gosh.
I must be in a museum because you are truly a work of art.
Well, we're not socks, but I think we'd make a great pair.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Yeah.
Wow.
If you were a flower, you'd be a dandelion.
I don't know if I would want to be considered a weed.
I was blinded by your beauty. I'm going to need your name and phone number for insurance purposes.
Oh,
my god.
That one is good.
I like that one. That's
God.
actually pretty funny.
My lips are like Skittles. Want to taste the rainbow?
Yep. Oh gosh. Or it's a good thing I have my library card because I am totally checking you out.
Okay.
Yeah. Who has a library card now?
I was feeling very
I do.
off today, but the
I think
image turned me on.
I think I let that thing expire years ago.
I don't flirt, I just suck dick.
Thank you.
all right, we're going to be monetized for that one probably, but that's okay. It was worth it.
Nah, we're good. It was less than 15 seconds. We should be
Okay.
good.
Oh, Jason with the advanced math. Okay, that's. I integrated with your curves, and then I realized the value of the area of our love.
Oh, wow. That's nerd love right there. That is nerd. Come on, right there.
Yeah, it is.
Here's
my
one.
jaw would drop open.
Oh, gosh.
Let's let only latex stand between our love.
Ooh.
It beats the. Can I just put it in for a minute? Just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Just for a second.
Yeah, but if you turn it around on them and you go, well, let me put it in for just the tip. They're like, no, man, no.
Oh, Anna, and your drawer of surprises.
Yes, actually, speaking of, what did you order from Shannon?
Yeah, with all of the credit we gave you.
I ordered a couple of toys. I ordered some lotions. I got a good bit. Yeah, I got the main event. Yeah.
Of course you should.
Oh yeah. Oh, I already have a list for Cat's party too of what I'm gonna buy at Cat's party. So, I'm like,
with my budget. I can't actually afford to buy anything at my own party.
What the fuck's the main event?
It's okay, Russ. I asked the same question. Yet another situation where I feel like a fish out of water. So.
Message Chan to let me know what the main event is.
You don't have to. I'm cool, man.
Oh no.
You really need to be at Kat's event because let me tell you,
yeah,
Shannon's awesome.
Unfortunately, and I know this sounds like a really freaking vanilla thing to say, but I don't fuck with toys.
it's not just toys.
It's not.
It's not just toys.
There's lotion.
What I use is the stuff, the shaving cream called Coochie.
Actually, I got this oil stuff from her. And actually, like, this is one of the things I ordered. Ooh.
CBD oil.
No, it's this one.
That's not what.
The rescue oil? Miracle oil. Because I wash my hands 1,000 million times a day, and my hands are always tore up. I put this on every night, at some point, and it's helping heal my hands.
That's good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's actually like softening my hands, healing up.
I wonder if it would work on my feet.
Probably.
I know that's weird, but my feet, I have like 2-inch thick calluses on my feet.
They do look better, Kat, than they did.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They look a hell of a lot better. They look like they were gnarled messes.
Yeah, that's using that oil on them.
That's good.
Yeah, this hand's even better. Look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Fine. And that's one of the things I ordered from her. I ordered that. I ordered like a perfume thing.
Mm-hmm.
The sex attractant stuff.
I just put it on because I was like, yeah, what the hell, give it a try. But I love the smell, how it makes my perfume smell better.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's made for you. It makes it smell like it's made for you.
It really does. Like, I like it a lot. And I did get that Euphoria stuff that she was talking about. Just because of I was like, oh, that'll help, with rebalancing things. And
right.
I love how that feels. Like, I love, because it does seem to be helping.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
no more of that like occasional random, oh, I'm itchy, or
right.
dry feeling. It's just like, oh, okay. It does seem to like help and normalize everything. So yeah, you should come, Chan. Besides that, even if you don't buy anything, and you're not obligated to actually buy a damn thing,
it's actually funny.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon is a hoot and a half. You'll laugh your ass off.
I got the between the sheets, the chafing, and I think the repair lotion.
I use the shaving cream, the Coochie shaving cream, and it actually keeps your areas that you shave free from hair a lot longer.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, and Shannon's just a hoot. I mean, she's absolutely hilarious.
Like I had a good time that night she was on the show. Like, I was a lot of fun. It's just I don't get into that stuff, so I just don't, I just don't participate because I don't want to be like the weird kid sitting in the corner, like.
Oh, don't worry, I was that weird kid.
I don't know what all this shit is, and I'm probably not gonna.
Let me put it, because you were there when she did the show. The main attraction was the last toy.
Yeah, the very last one.
The last toy.
I don't remember. I apologize. I just said
it was the big one.
To me, the best part was just like her presentation, not necessarily everything that she was showing, because she is a really funny lady, and it's no wonder she, is as successful as she is with what she does because she knows how to talk through it. She's really
Yeah.
a good time.
She's a hoot. Yeah,
And
I like her.
she's knowledgeable too. She has a lot of training from like OBGYNs and stuff like that. And it's wonderful. I love her knowledge. I was picking her brain like crazy.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's hey, it's one of those jobs that I actually thought about doing as a side gig.
Maybe you should.
I'm still thinking about it. I'm like,
It might just get you out of the field you're in, which you want to do anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
This is very true.
Sell sex toys and drive a truck.
There's only one way to make any changes,
That's true. Just do it.
That's right.
Oh,
I can't hear you, Casper. What'd you say?
Let me tell you a little bit of backstory about Shannon. Shannon's one child. Well, most of her children are from her fiance. That they're his kids. But there was one child that she actually adopted, and she had to really battle for that child because they were giving her a hard time about selling sex toys.
Right.
oh wow.
I'm sure. I don't doubt that. She probably gets flack from all kinds of people for raising kids in a situation where she's doing something like that, which is atrocious. It's ridiculous.
But the
This
thing
is 2020. This is 2020, right?
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, yes. That is the year we're in.
It took her almost 3 years to be able to adopt that child.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe it. I do.
It's like
People are
she
too
probably-
judgmental.
She probably makes more money doing that job than most people do working a 9 to 5.
Oh,
I
sure.
can tell you
Absolutely.
that she does.
And
Because
she
I
could
know
provide more for that
Excuse me.
child than
Yeah, and she's really great with her daughter. I mean, she really is.
She
So-
seems like a really cool lady. Unfortunately, we live in a society where people are very judgmental, so it's just the way it is, unfortunately.
And that's what the thing that sucks is that so many people are judgmental about every little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've been judged about, oh, well, you don't like people of color. Not true at all. I have lots of involvement. I quasi dated a guy that was a man of color.
I think people just make assumptions. That's
They
all
do.
it is.
Hershey.
oh, kitty.
Hello, you are a beautiful young man.
He is evidently being a ham tonight. It's like,
Yes.
oh, mommy's up here. I can curl up on her lap and look in the camera and be
Stick my
spoiled
butt in their
rotten.
face.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
At least my two have decided that they don't need to put their button in the face of the camera.
That's nice. That's very nice because we'd have to send them the little butt jewels. Those things are really tacky too. Have you seen those? I've seen the ads for them, and I'm like, why? Why do you really want to wash the shit off of your cat's butt jewel? You know what I mean?
When
It's
those
almost
things
as
came
bad as
out,
the coochie jewel.
when those things came out, oh my god,
Concerned
they got
about-
so much like joking in like the Facebook groups for veterinarians. We were all like, "What the hell?" But oh my
I'm so
god,
concerned about humans. I really am. Like,
am
there's
too.
so much judgment, and then there's so much stupidity, like with things like that. And I'm like, and then they'd be like, "Well, don't judge me for wanting to put a jewel in my cat's ass." And I'm like, "Okay,
Oh no, I'm gonna judge you. Oh,
I'm
no.
not judging for that,
I'm not
'cause
judging. I'm just curious, like how
I'm
many
secretly
brain cells are
judging you.
firing right now." Like, what do you?
Evidently not many.
yeah,
It's like the women who got the red like coochie jewel.
Yes.
And it was
Oh
like
God.
What is that?
I
landing
realized-
light?
What are you talking about?
there used to be these like jewels that you could like
Stick
put like
'em up.
around your coochie area. And
Yeah,
it would
they were like-
dangle.
you
Are you talking about the vajazzling?
No, like
Yeah.
they actually dangled.
Yeah, they were like they were almost like hanging earrings, but they weren't pierced. They were like
You'd stick something up in to hold it in place.
Yeah,
Kinda like a
yeah.
Benoit ball with like shit dangling out of it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yep.
That's really weird.
And they had one where it was like a
Sorry.
red jewel, and everyone was like,
Yeah. I
I
know,
don't think
no.
so.
She's got
And-
a period.
And it was like you wore them and you did them when you were going commando under a skirt and stuff like that. It was bad. It was so bad. Yeah,
I
that
think
didn't
they
last
were
long.
sold
Thank
on, like,
goodness.
With trying to cross your legs.
I would think so. You'd think it'd get caught and you'd be like, oh shit.
I really, really think that one day in my life I'm gonna become like a very serious hermit. Like I'm just gonna go hide in like a little hut in the woods somewhere and just never come out of the woods. Like I'm just gonna move there and I'm not ever gonna leave because
I think we're all going to
all
end up
this shit is too much for me. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think
What did we do? Are we this bored? Like, is
I
that
think-
what it is?
I think we need to all of us need to go in together, buy a big huge plot of land and build our own commune.
there.
And
You
just
go.
wall it off
idea.
and say, fuck the world, we're gonna do this.
I like it. I'll bake the bread.
There you go.
Hey, I'll be in the kitchen too with you. I love
Me
being in the
too.
kitchen. That's my jam.
And we've got a vet, and we've got nursing, and
Yep.
we've got somebody who knows automotive parts.
Yep.
I know how to fix shit. I can fix some stuff.
I'll take
Yeah.
care. I can take care of the livestock. That's easy.
Yeah,
There we
I can do
go.
that too.
Yeah.
I
See,
grew up around that stuff. I've helped
and
butcher animals and cook things.
we've got construction covered too.
I
you
can
know.
do that. I can
Exactly.
definitely do that part.
And maybe we'll let the spouses join us. Maybe. Most
Maybe.
likely not.
If we
They-
want our main
Yeah.
attractions, what do we really need? You know.
exactly. You know, if they really want, if they're really good boys, then maybe they can come for conjugal visits. But
There
you
you
know,
go.
other than that,
Grimm's, isn't that the plot of the village?
You know the funny thing is, and I was on a website for veterinarians. That's actually, I mean, it's a private website. It was you had to pay for it, and it got really expensive, so I had to stop my membership. But I was in a thread on that group, and we actually were talking. We actually all talked about the commune because we had people that could like weave and spin yarn and make the knit, and you know, they all could take care of animals, and we were talking about it, like not seriously, but we all kind of like it became such like a fun idea. We'd all chat about it, even though it never happened. But
Kat, I lived around a lot of hippies for a few years, and it was a serious conversation because like you have to learn to cover all your bases. You have to study a lot of shit if you're
Yeah.
going to actually sustain yourself. There's a lot to learn.
right.
I actually
lot.
have all types of books on homesteading and hydroponics and let's see, growing your own herbs. So for every malady and
I just got this in the mail today. Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, well see, I have been watching incessantly the van life videos and stuff like that, and like the building out of these vans where they're converting them into like RVs and small homes and
You
stuff.
should follow their Facebook pages. There's a bunch of them. They're
There
awesome.
are, yes. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
sitting there
that's a good
going,
one too.
I'm sitting there going, damn, you know, I could do this. I've researched like how to run solar panel wiring and whatnot in these things. I'm going, this could happen. I know how to do this. That I could do this.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's actually what I was gonna do there for a little while. Right after my accident, I was like, I just need to change my life. I need to do something else. So I was gonna buy a school bus, convert it, take off across the country, and just be gone. Like I was
Right.
just gonna take off. And then I realized, unfortunately, that I cannot do that because I need to be near medical care.
Yep. I did not realize in watching those videos how many different RV toilets there are.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched a 45-minute long video comparing and contrasting all of the RV toilets there are. And I have decided that I'm going to go with a composting toilet
They're
and
the
use
best ones.
cocoa core for the poop.
Very
And
good.
yes. So yeah, I have my whole build ready. I'm like, okay, I need a 50-gallon freshwater
So-
tank. I need a 50-gallon gray tank, and I need my composting toilet with my cocoa core.
Have you only studied the conversion of vans and buses and stuff, or have you really looked into like sustainable living and how to build your own outdoor refrigeration system. Have you looked into that at all?
I haven't yet. No, I've been really diving into the van life ones, but then there's this one couple that I follow that they live in a camper, and that's what they want to do is get a plot of land and be self-sustaining. So they do a lot of stuff already that that will lead them to that. So yeah, and that's gotten me interested in that as well, because I have a feeling we're not going to be able to count on the government very long.
Well,
so
my girlfriend and her husband moved out to California, and that's what, well, she's more like my sister. I can't really call her that. Her and her husband moved out to California, and they were in the process of buying this piece of land. And that's actually where the wildfires just fucking passed right through.
Oh, Jesus.
I found that out within the last 2 weeks too, which is why like my depression has darkened even more, because like, they were doing so well out there, and that whole area in the red, like where they were in the Redlands, right above, it was like Boulder Creek, California is right around where they were. The wildfires came just right on through there, all those redwoods, everything like that, and all their property. I was so scared. I couldn't even talk about it while it was going on. I was just like hovering within myself, like holding my breath, waiting to hear that everything was okay. You know what I mean? Because like I love this woman more than I could ever love myself. And it's like one of those things where I'm like, please just tell me everything's okay for them. Tell me they're going to be able to take all their animals and go home and everything's going to be fine, because they had to be evacuated and all this other shit. So it was just one of those things.
Did they get all their animals off the property before the fire came through?
Oh yeah. Everybody, like they had to evacuate everything. People had to leave. They were spreading through, and everybody had enough time to leave off the top of the mountain, from what I understand. And there were some people who stuck around and tried to fight back against their own property lines, like trying to do that. But like from what I understand, everything's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. And she's the one that was, she was the one that was starting did I tell you about the kitten rescue? She was the one that was starting that. So yeah, so she's going to be trying to reestablish that and work on getting that back up and running. But for now, it's just holding breaths and hoping that everybody can rebuild and everything's going to be fine. And then, like, I think it was a couple of days ago, she shared a video of Big Basin National Forest, or State Forest, I guess it is. And there's these two redwoods on the property that are called like the father of the forest and the mother of the forest. And those two redwoods are still standing, and they're fine. Like they're just these huge, beautiful fucking trees. And these are trees that have seen like pre-human, on Earth. And I was like, dude, do you know how bad that would suck? I thought 2020 was bad enough, but if these fucking trees, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of those redwoods have been through so many forest fires that they have built up like their own stamina to be able to handle it.
Oh, I mean, the bark alone on a redwood is fucking ridiculous. Have you guys ever stood? Like, have you ever seen one?
I want to.
Oh my God.
I want to go see one.
My
Like
dad actually, before they closed it, was able to, the one where the road goes through the redwood.
Yep.
Yeah.
When my dad was a kid, was young, he lived out in California, and they actually got to drive under the redwood. Now it's closed off. You can't drive under it anymore.
That's more in Northern California. Yeah. They're like more mid, Santa Cruz area. But it's still like, they're still like the biggest fucking trees I've ever seen. I made it to Big Basin a few years back, and just like the ridges in the bark are the size of a tree here.
Wow.
And you're like, wait a minute, this can't be real. Like, you're standing there in total disbelief that this fucking tree is this big. You know what I mean? Like, your person can sit on like a root, and it's like 3-4 times the size you are. You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting on the root of a tree, and it's just monstrous. It's ridiculous. It's kind of crazy. But, I like big woods, so. I get excited about these things.
Don't we
Oh,
all? Come on now.
big wood is nice, especially hard big wood. You know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I have some pictures of myself like at the park and stuff like that where I'm like right near one of the trees, or there's one tree where that got struck by lightning when it was still a pretty young redwood, which is still pretty old fucking tree. So the inside of it's hollow and you can stand inside of it. And I'm standing
Oh, wow.
inside this tree, and I look like a child, like I look like I just learned to walk or something, and I'm that small of a person standing inside this tree. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah. I
That's
definitely
totally
came
cool.
back from that trip feeling like a different. That's the first trip I ever took outside of Pennsylvania, like that far away,
Being
in a plane.
next to something that big makes you reevaluate everything of your life.
Oh, really? Like, it's kind of crazy. It's different than being on the top of a mountain in even the Appalachians, like that's
Right.
that makes you feel kind of small, but like you get out in a place like that where everything feels so prehistoric, and you can almost like feel that in the air, like, wow.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When I was in college, I took a trip out to the Pacific Northwest with a college group and went to like these old forests in British Columbia.
Nice.
And it was wild. I mean, there wasn't giant redwoods, but there was these ancient forests, never been cut, just, and you see these massive trees that are just old, they're just huge and old, and oh my God, I swear to God, I was a different person before than when I came back.
Right. And like even the ferns in the woods are bigger than you are, and you just feel like it's such an odd feeling to be in, because you're right. It's very wild. It's very like untamed. Mm-hmm. And you feel that you're like, whoa, man, like this is a crazy vibe. This is really weird.
Yeah, I love that trip. I still have my photos from that trip. I have a photo of a gray whale breaching. We went out on Zodiac, and we're all wearing like these orange suits to protect us because if we fell in the water, we'd freeze to death. Mm-hmm. And everyone was making fun of me because I took 1,000 photos on this trip. I can't blame you. I took photography in high school. I love taking pictures, and I have my camera, and we're on the Zodiac, and I'm shooting a bunch of things, and this gray whale goes, and I'm snapping away.
Awesome.
And my professor turns to me and yells. And this man was like this dignified older man. He was just very, and he turns to me, tell me you got that. Yes, I did. I'll see if I can find it. Problem is, like, all my photos like that are like, they're not digital. This is film days. I spent so much money getting that film developed. I'm
sure.
You did.
I think it was like $200 to develop it all because I took so many rolls, but I got so many good photos. I'll just see if I can find that one.
That would be cool. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
So my best friend, she actually works for the national parks. She does a lot of the budgeting for it. So I mean, it's like with these reliefs, like the fire in California, the hurricane down in Texas. She's the one that's allocating money towards the repairs for it. But there was one year. We were driving down to Myrtle Beach for just a weekend. And of course, I'm driving down 95. There's all these huge trees around us. And I kind of turned to her and I was like, I was looking at the trees. I was like, sometimes I wonder when I look at these trees, when they're talking to each other, do they have different accents? And she's looking at me like, what? Like the ferns. Do they have like this Scottish accent or something?
That's awesome.
And she was like, that is so weird. And we went into this like in-depth conversation about what each tree's like accent would be like. And I was like, and I wonder, like, are the small trees under the really big ones, are they kind of jealous? Like, do they have complex of being so small?
Bethany,
That's awesome.
thank you very much for that, because look, okay, I have a bad habit of I'll be driving down the road and I'll see people in other cars and I create their life stories for them while I'm driving. Now I'm going to create life stories for the trees. Thank you very much. And it's going to include Scottish accents and Irish accents.
When you look at these trees, you can almost just imagine what they would sound like.
I never thought about giving them voices. I always thought they looked like they were dancing. Like if I was whatever I was listening to, I'd drive past like fields and see like 2 or 3 trees out in the middle of a field. I'm like, oh, it looks like they're dancing along, or whatever. But I never thought about giving them accents.
It was just so random. She was just like, "This is why I love you, because you were just so random, and you say just some of the most random things."
I want to go up north and see the Northern Lights, because for one simple fact, I was watching Northern Exposure ages ago when it was on syndication. RJ was a baby, and one of the episodes, they were the Inuit woman that they had on there was saying, with the Northern Lights, they dance when you whistle to them. So I want to go up north, see the Northern Lights, so that I can whistle at them and see if they dance to my song.
There is actually a set of trains that you can get tickets to up in Canada, and one of them is you go way, way north, and you can actually see the Northern Lights.
Well, you know what? Where my mother-in-law lives at, when we have the bigger electromagnetic storms, you can see the Northern Lights from her house. Every time I've been up there, the sun's been like dead. No sunspots, no storms, no nothing. And I'm going, I hate you, Mr. Sun. I really do. I don't like you. You're not cooperating. My vacation is planned for this week. No, you do a coronal mass ejection 2 weeks from now. Thank you very much. I'm home now.
I'd like to run up through the Pacific Northwest and get into Alaska and see that shit, because you have to see these the sequoias, the redwoods, whatever. You got to see those huge trees and then get up in there into Alaska and see all that wild nature, because that's something completely different. And then see the Northern Lights, like that would be that'd be so choice.
Oh hell yeah.
I want to go back
so much
to
fun.
the Northwest. Oh, it's so
I want to do a cruise up there.
That's just too much money for me. I'll get myself new tits before I do that.
Actually, cruising is fairly cheap.
Right now, yeah, because no one wants to go on cruise because of what's going on.
It's a floating petri dish.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, it is.
Like now's the time to fly too, because you can get tickets really cheap.
Not a chance in hell. You couldn't pay me to get on an airplane right now.
Nope. Nope.
No, me neither. My mother-in-law is flying down from New York and from up near Niagara, and I'm like, excuse me, you're flying? I'm like, no. I
quarantining herself in her hotel room for 14 days before she comes over.
She's staying with my sister-in-law, and Russ and I both said, we're not going to be coming to see you because you're going to be exposed to everything. We're already exposed to a ton of shit. We're like, sorry, we won't be seeing you. But I told her, I said, I sent her a message. I said, if you want to come down so bad, I'll come pick you up. That way it's safer for you. And she's like, no, I'm going to fly. I got a good rate. I got a good deal on a flight. I'm like, yeah, that's because it's a germ factory.
Send her some N95. Send her a couple of N95 masks first.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I will drive.
Masks.
I will drive.
A biosuit.
I will drive the 8 hours up there and the 8 hours back. I'm totally fine with it. Yeah.
Meet her at the terminal with Lysol
like that one picture of that mom when all this started. She had on the trash bag suit, and she had the can of Lysol with her, and the kid walked out of school and she made him stand a good ways away. She starts spraying him and blessing him with the Lysol. And she had this huge thing of hand sanitizer, and she goes, start squeezing the hand sanitizer. Oh, it was so funny. I'm like watching the video and I'm going, That's
Yep.
kind of overkill, but I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Haven't seen that one. But one of the guys I work with, he wears a full on respirator thing.
I
Yep.
believe it. I've seen it.
You know, because he's like, I don't want to get it, and his girlfriend has like really bad allergies and asthma, and he's like, if she gets it, she's screwed. He's like, I don't want to risk taking it home. So he
So
wears the respirator. He doesn't drink liquid at all during the day. Like,
Oh wow.
at lunchtime, he goes to his car, takes his mask off, sanitizes, eats his lunch, puts everything back on, and comes back inside. It was funny.
It's not that easy to get it.
Huh? I'm sorry, but
It's not that easy to get it.
he's a little on the nervous side. And you know what? You know what? I always tell people, don't make fun of him, because you know what? He's just doing what he thinks is best.
it's got to be within everyone's own comfort zone.
Yeah.
as far as that
Exactly.
stuff goes.
And that's his comfort zone. He's easing up a little bit because cases are starting to finally drop around here to a degree.
Mhm.
Like the other day, Nick came to pick me up, and he decided did a really nice thing. He went into Target next door and got 20-ounce drinks for everybody. Because he knows about roughly how many people are there when he picks me up. So he comes in with like a bag of sodas, and he's offering to everybody out of the bag. You want a Coke? You want an orange? Whatever.
Mhm.
And this guy was like, no, you know me. And I'm like, dude, you have disinfectant right there. You can wipe it off.
All right.
You can go in the break room, take your mask off, and take a drink, and then put
Yeah.
the mask back on. He's like, okay. And he did. He wiped down the outside of the bottle, went in the break room, took his mask off, took a drink, and oh my God, he was like, it was the funniest thing, because he goes in the break room, takes his thing off, takes a drink, and he's like, oh my God.
I've seen one extreme or the other.
One of my coworkers, he if anybody comes into the department, I clean with spray 9 every day, every surface, door handles, everything. He comes in, when he's there, he will not touch the doorknobs. He's always grabbing a piece of paper or a tissue or a paper towel or something to open the door to go out of our department. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Because you go to Potbellies and Paisanos and stuff like that, and you touch their door handles with no issue. But yet you won't touch our side of the door handle, which we're the only ones that touch that door handle. You know, and I'm like, I clean it every day. And he's like, yeah, but we had a repair guy come through here and touch it. I'm like, he also touched every other handle in here because he had to go through the entire dealership. He's like, oh, I didn't think about that. I'm like, jeez Louise.
Oh my God. The only time I do the doorknob with paper trick is in public bathrooms.
I'm terrified to go in a public bathroom just because I don't like them in general. Like I just
I have
don't.
no choice at work
Yeah.
because of where I work shares space with a commercial store.
Right.
And so the bathroom we use is a public fucking bathroom. Oh,
And they're disgusting.
The things
they're
I've
just
seen.
Back to
straight
the
up
ladies'
disgusting.
room being a disgusting thing. Like I hate to press that even more
Yeah.
than we already have. But
It's not just
We
the
need
ladies,
to.
because there's only two. There's a men's room and a women's room. Now, if I've got 5 minutes in between appointments and somebody's in the ladies' room and there's a line, I go in the damn men's room.
fuck yeah.
Oh
I've
yeah.
done that before.
Oh my God, boys can't aim.
Nope.
Yeah, but
And-
neither
women
can women. I mean, I'm just.
At one time, thank God this didn't happen to me, and I actually stopped going in the men's room after I got told the story. Male doctor that I work with goes to the men's room, comes back out, goes to the sink, and scrubs his hands like he's about to do brain surgery.
Mhm.
Wow.
We're like, what's going on? He's like, I was in the bathroom. I went to get some toilet paper. The toilet paper was wet.
Oh.
It wasn't pee.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was soaked with a whitish, clearish fluid.
Oh no. No.
And he touched it because he couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh god. Yep.
just-
I'd be scrubbing the shit out of my hands too.
Just public bathrooms in general are no for me. Like I don't care what the fuck's going on. It doesn't have to be like pandemic, fucking nothing. I don't care, flu season, whatever. I don't give a shit. I just don't. I don't like them.
I don't either, but I have no choice.
I know. I get it.
Like,
Yeah.
I try so hard not to, but there's only so much you can do. I mean, there's
I
only
agree.
there's only so many hours you can hold before your bladder's like, "Excuse me, bitch, go sit down."
Oh,
True.
speaking of bathrooms, Bethany, did you tell him about the Vicks tissues in my bathroom?
So
Uh-oh.
So we're all at Chance, and Crystal went to go. Wolf's wife went to go use the bathroom, and she realized that there was no toilet paper. So she turns around and she sees tissues. So she's like, okay, and she takes the tissue as she's wiping. She gets the distinct
The wave.
smell, the wave of Vicks. And
Oh no!
it's too late. I'm already wiping.
And it's all my fault because, of course, I didn't check to make sure that like the powder room in the laundry room had enough toilet paper in it. I made sure it was clean and everything else was in there, but I didn't check to see if there was enough toilet paper in there. In case.
So that became the joke. So we were playing Cards Against Humanity that night, and Jason had us write down and make our own cards. So one of the cards he did was the feeling like the tingle on my vagina after using the Vicks tissue or something like that. It was
I felt terrible. I felt so bad.
He was laughing.
The last thing you want is like to hear one of your friends has like the Vicks burn in their genitalia or asshole or whatever may have happened, depending. Because Vicks is not something you want in that region.
No. Well, I told you guys the Ben Gay story, right? Or the icy hot story. Yeah. Well, I actually had something unfortunate happen to myself recently. TMI in advance. So I've been spending time on TikTok because Facebook's depressing. It's too political. And so Nick got me hooked on these TikTok videos, and they're happy. They're people dancing and people cooking and
silly stuff.
Animals. It's just cute, and it's a good way to just kind of like decompress my brain for a little bit. Well, all these people are talking about this stuff called magic shave powder, and it's this hair removal cream, and you put it on. You mix it up with some water. You spread it on your part you want no hair on, wait a few minutes till it dries, and then you wipe it off and the hair's gone. I'm like, okay, there's enough videos of this popping up that I'm like, let's give it a try. I order a can. It shows up. It's cheap as shit. It's like $3 a can. Oh, wow. I mix it up. I put it on my legs. 7 minutes later, I wipe it off. My legs are smooth as anything. They're prepubescent smooth. I'm like, ooh, I like this. I had seen videos where women had placed it other places, and I'm like, why not? I'll give it a try. So I put it on other places. I wait till it dries. I remove it. I failed to notice until I removed it that a little bit had gotten a little bit further in.
Oh, no.
Than I really kind of meant for it to.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I kind of burned something.
No.
Just a small spot.
Oh, poor thing.
No, it doesn't have to be a big spot. Like that's a very sensitive area. You don't have to do a whole lot of anything. Like you can sit wrong wearing regular underwear and get pinched by elastic and want to fucking like just die the rest of the day. I
walked funny until the next day. It actually felt fine because I put like some SSD cream on it. And it was, it was fine the next day because I did that. But
it's not a place you don't know.
It's like a guy sitting on his nuts.
But like,
I gotta say though, it removed every bit of hair that I wanted it to remove, and the skin that wasn't skin that shouldn't have been touched by chemicals. Oh, no problem, no irritation, no nothing. It was just that one spot where my finger just kind of went a little too far inward.
The wrong direction, yeah.
Oh,
just that like one little like inch square spot.
I've never been brave enough to put anything. No, I don't. See, this is why I don't participate in things because like I don't want anything. This has to like if I've said this before and I've given this advice to young people, take care of your private parts. You got to take care of this. You're going to have this your whole life. You can't abuse this. You know what I mean? Like I try really hard just to take care of it to the best
Take
of my
good
ability.
care of the coochie.
This is my very own. I have to make sure it's
It's
okay. It's okay. It's got to stay okay.
Yes, I agree with you.
Is JD taking care of it too?
Of course. Of course. I mean, I wouldn't be here if you didn't.
I don't think any of us would be if our man, or wasn't taking care of it.
True.
Gotta take care of things, It's
I felt
important.
bad for Nick though, because I do all this, I get all nice and groomed up, and everything healed up. Like I said, within about a day, it wasn't didn't hurt anymore. And then something showed up. So
Oh no!
Oh no.
That's the way it goes.
yes, it does.
It's like you get ready to go on vacation and like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that motherfucker. It's too bad you can't just like turn it off and on. Like if you want to have kids, you can turn it on. If you don't have to have that.
I wish.
Like that would be like a real choice situation, because they really break us over the coals with those products and like all the stuff.
Yeah.
And
It's
like
the pink tax.
and then the whole like birth control stuff and like the whole maintenance.
Or my case is
Go on.
on vacation, having it and having a leak through.
Yeah.
Oh, my poor lady.
I've had that happen too.
Yeah.
Same weekend as Crystal's
The unfortunate
tingling-
tissue incident.
tingling Vic's vagina.
Yeah.
Mother Nature
Ugh.
decided to show up Thursday, so I was like, okay,
Yeah.
get the worst of it over before we leave.
There you go.
Friday, because usually the first day is always the worst, and then it's kind of like smooth sailing from there for me.
Usually
No,
it's
Friday,
the second day
no.
for me.
She decided to be a complete and utter bitch to me the whole
Oh,
that Friday. Luckily, Saturday was fine. I was like,
Mm,
motherfucker.
that's okay.
I actually only wear black scrubs.
Bethany had a blowout, Jason said.
Yep.
Oh.
No, it's not a blowout. It was a bleed out.
Oh,
Yep.
that
Yeah,
too.
big difference. Big
That's
difference.
a big difference. It was a bleed out.
I wear black scrubs a lot of times anyway, just because I prefer it. But during during the particular week involved, I only wear black scrubs because day 2, God help me, I can't keep up.
Oh, right.
And
Luckily,
Yeah.
Luckily, it was black leggings. I at least was wearing black leggings.
Good. There you go.
But
See, that's the
yeah,
other thing. You're ruining clothes. You're buying extra stuff. You're trying to maintain all this crap. Like everything, it's just such an expensive venture. You know what I'm
Yeah.
like?
It
To
is.
have a
It
vagina
definitely
is very fucking expensive, man.
Yes, it is.
overly expensive.
Anyway.
Yeah, and unfortunately, right now, my sister, she and her husband have been attempting to get pregnant, and just keeps failing. Her
Yeah.
IVF is just.
Aw.
So
Aww.
what they're going to do is they're actually going to. They think it's the lining in her uterus is not strong, so it's not holding.
Right.
'Cause and so she's going to get that tested out to see if that might be the reason why she keeps miscarrying.
Yeah.
So sorry.
And I know it's not the same thing, and I say this, and I've had people get mad at me, but there are a ton of kids in this world that
I
need
know.
parents.
Oh, I
there
know.
really are.
Hey, ladies, I'm getting really tired.
Yep.
I can
It is
See my
about
eyes.
that time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's past that time.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Cyberstalk us if you would, please. We do the audio gets uploaded typically every week, but unfortunately, I usually do the audio, and I have been without a computer for the last 2 weeks because, well, plumbing and floors and computer, and yeah, it's a mess. But anyways, so audio will be up for last week's show and this week's show, hopefully by the end of this week, but it is on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, soon to be on the Amazon Alexa, and soon to be on, what was the other one? TuneIn. So we're rapidly trying to get more on there. Make sure that you cyberstalk all of us, please. give this video a like, give us a thumbs up, share us with everybody. We need a whole lot more people watching. Please, please, please. We would love that. We like to chat. Shoot us a message on our Facebook page. And with that being said, does anybody have anything that they'd like to plug?
I mean, just the shelf gravy stuff.
There you go.
MPSP Theater every Friday night.
That's right.
Nurse has spoken, and tomorrow. Oh, actually, yeah. And tomorrow is my dad's birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Bethany Dad.
Oh, and don't forget it. The Enter the Realm and the Realm stuff and
Yes.
collecting and all these lovely things that go on in our lives. Keep
Yes.
up with everybody. Let's
Must
talk about
kill
it more.
Decepticon.
That's very good.
Yes, it is. All right, ladies. Well, with that being said, stay sexy. You know, make sure that you stay in a man's dreams. And everybody out there, have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Bye.